I agree. He's not done a hell of a lot to make you feel like, yes, I'm convinced he's the long-term answer. I think right now where the team are at, his style, does it fit what they're doing? Yes, because he stretches the game, he makes different runs in behind. But I do feel that the way they play with goal-scoring wingers, Saka's a goal-scoring winger, Trossard's a goal-scoring winger, you do need maybe someone different in there at times because he needs to be fed. He needs to be that focal point. He needs to be the main man. People feeding him to score goals and giving him chances. He doesn't shoot often. His shot output's down from when it was at his time at Sporting. He averaged maybe 3 to 4 shots per game there. He's averaging under 2 for Arsenal. So we're talking about a guy who, at the end of the day, if you want to get the best out of a player who's centre forward scoring 30-plus goals a season, we look at someone like Erling Haaland. He's had 54 shots this season, maybe more now after the game. You're looking at a guy in Gyökeres, who I think has only had 17 prior to tonight. So all in all, yes, he's had some injuries and things, but I think his type of striker, you need to play for them. It can't be, we're going to get 10 goals from here, 7 from there, 9 from there. He needs to be the focal point.
When he was at Sporting, obviously they played under Amrin, they played 3 at the back, 2 wing-backs. So I would have imagined he'd have been getting a lot more service with right-footers, like playing the ball into space so he can maybe come onto it. Obviously, it's a slightly different proposition at Arsenal because Saka wants to get it back onto his left foot, chop it back, or Martinelli or Trossard. Do you think that can make a difference sometimes for forward?
I mean, the service, again, it's... If you're the striker going into an environment where a team's had success, which Arsenal have, they've not lifted the Premier League, but they've been knocking on the door time and time again. The answer on the outside from ourselves was potentially it's a goal-scoring centre-forward, but you then have to change as a team in order to let this player fit into what you're doing. So if I look at Arsenal now and I look at the wingers, you could say, OK, Eze, he's not a goal-driven winger. He's a assist guy. He's a guy who's going to advance the ball forward. So in turn, you would imagine that he could build chemistry. Saka, of course, is an all-round brilliant player, but the point I'm trying to make is with strikers like that, the service has to be for them. It can make you more one-dimensional, which I don't think is what Arsenal want to do. You see the plethora of ways which they can score goals, which is why I think they're so good. But in bringing Gyökeres, when you're playing against Arsenal with him centre-forward, they are a very different team to having Marino, Havertz or Gabriel Jesus. I think they're slightly more fluid as an attack when those guys are playing. But when you have Gyökeres playing centre-forward, it's almost like we've got to feed him. He's a running behind kind of guy. Those guys who stretch the game and make those runs in behind aren't giving you much coming to feet. They're not going to be linking the play. They're not going to be bringing other guys in or potentially getting assists for players to play in behind. So in turn, their main driving force is I'm going to hold the ball up as best I can, but my main thing is making runs in behind to score goals. That's what he was brought to do. So it's an Arteta conundrum, really, in a sense of... And it's a good thing, I suppose, because you do say, OK, well, we got horses for courses. If we're playing against a certain style, we go with Gyökeres. We got Marino.
Where does it suit more? Does it suit more playing away from home when there might be a bit more space behind a back four?
I would say so, but again, when you're playing, once you're playing for a team where everybody is trying to stop you, even when you're playing against teams away from home, you're going to face, low blocks from time to time. I think it's about his game evolving to suit the team, but also the team evolving to suit him. But they've got so many different answers, and I think when you've got Marino, you've got Havertz coming back, and you've got Gabriel Jesus, who's now fit, who's been very good for Arsenal. Now the manager does have, many decisions and many options in his camp, which is good, but it's going to be difficult for Gyökeres to be the only focal point because I just think Arsenal aren't set up to just serve the striker. They've got too many good players in too many different positions to now change this season to do that.
I suppose we're asking questions particularly because this was not a fluent Arsenal attacking performance, again, particularly in the first half. And it took the penalty to really open the game up a little bit from their part. It comes from Jake O'Brien making a rash decision. But Gyökeres is right in the middle of that, trying to get on the end of it, isn't he?
Yeah, Calafiori obviously makes a big run, but Jake O'Brien, it's just a moment of madness. And it's he'll be so disappointed in himself because he's just, what have I done? He's just come in there, he'd nearly given away a penalty just before. sometimes as a player, you make that first mistake, you compound it, your head's almost, or your body's in like a tumble dry, you're getting tossed around everywhere, you can't quite figure yourself out, and I think that was just a huge mistake. You can see it in his face there. He knows he made a mistake.
This was actually a pressure kick for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and he opted for just pure power, and you know, we've been critical of him. We want to see more, but the truth is, in about a week's time, it'll say 1-0 Gyökeres against Everton, 3 points. No one will care that it was a penalty, and he scored the winning goal.
And it does feel significant because, as we said at half-time, Ødegaard's on the field and has taken penalties. Bukayo Saka is on the field and has taken penalties, and it's 2 years since they were both on the field and someone else. And that was Kai Havertz, when I think the consensus was that Arsenal were then trying to help Kai Havertz get off the mark almost and get his Arsenal career going. So I don't know if it's the same thing that's happening here, but probably not at 0-0.
No, I don't think so. I think he's used to taking penalties. He's got a great strike on him.
I mean, he's got the confidence. Penalty, do you?
Yeah, they obviously trust him, though, to put him in this position.
If you're not trusting a guy like this who scored 30-plus goals in 2 seasons away from, the Premier League to step up and score a goal, then you've signed the wrong player. He's got to be wanting to be in these pressure moments. He's going to want to be the guy to take the onus on his shoulders, to be the match winner. Tonight, like Jamie just said, it doesn't matter what we want to say about his performance. When it's all said and done, it will say Gyökeres 1-0, and he was the match winner tonight.
There was a big moment at the other end as well, and Arsenal got their penalty. Everton thought they should have one as well, and you saw David Moyes confronting the officials at the end of the game. Let's have a look at it. And it's Thierry Barry in the mix here with William Saliba. Jamie?
Yeah, I think we've definitely seen these given. Do you know what it reminded me a little bit? Do you remember there was a goal, Brighton, João Pedro, and it was the same player, Saliba, involved. When he actually kicks it, he heads it, João Pedro, and you can see him here. Thierry Barry just gets his right foot to it there, and he definitely kicks him. And you can see if his reaction, you see Jack Grealish.
Jack's absolutely convinced.
Yeah, I mean, apoplectic. He wants it there, but you can just see there that he definitely gets his foot up, Barry, and the Saliba kicks the back of his heel as a striker, Daniel.
Yeah, you'd expect the penalty, but this is the stroke of luck you need in order to go that one step further. These are the decisions. I have some friends who are Arsenal fans, and they've been upset with decisions over the years in terms of referees not giving them the things that they want. I think these are the calls that sometimes you need that stroke of luck. Could be going away here saying 1-1, and now we're saying, well, Arsenal have been given a penalty, Everton haven't, and they'll feel hard done by. So, you take your loss and you move forward on the Everton side. But would you be disappointed and angry as the players? 100%.
David Moyes will come out, and I've got no doubt he'll be disappointed he didn't get that. We've seen some penalties, we've seen some decisions over this weekend, and there's a lot worse than that have been given.
Well, do you know what? Teed me up perfectly, because I'm delighted to say that their goalkeeper, David Raya, joins us live from Hill Dickinson. David, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Congratulations on the victory and a 9th clean sheet this season, more than any other goalkeeper in the league. First of all, how do you feel after that performance?
Thank you. We feel great after the 3 points. I think we need to put the games to bed a little bit earlier, not to have that pressure at the end of the game. But credit to everyone, credit to the players that we defended very, very well. We gave them little chances, and just it's great to keep the clean sheet. It makes it easier to win games.
Hey David, how you doing? Ian-wright, my friend. Congratulations on the win. I just wanted to say, David, in respect of those periods during the game, is it a worry? Is anyone saying anything in the dressing room about the way that sometimes we give the ball away in certain instances? We're giving teams impetus to come and attack us. Is that a worry, or am I just looking into it too deeply?
No, I think we set our standards. Of course, we don't want to give the ball away in certain situations and certain occasions, but sometimes football is like this, as you know. And it's just the way the team reacted, the way we track back, the way we want to make right that mistake. So, we can give the ball away. That's part of football, but it's how you react and how you track back to not concede the chance after that.
Yep.
And tell me something, David, top of the table at Christmas, which is lovely, I guess, for you guys to enjoy the festive period just for this moment, even though the fixtures are coming thick and fast. But does this season feel different for you and the team? Because it does to everyone watching. It feels like Arsenal have a more complete squad than they've ever had.
Well, we know we have a deeper squad from the beginning. You know, like last year we had a lot of injuries. This year we've been having a lot of injuries again. But obviously the squad is a little bit bigger, and we just don't look at that. We just look forward, look into the present, game by game. We know this is a really important period in Christmas, especially the games we play every 2-3 days. Now we have the Carabao Cup on Tuesday, and there's no time to think too much about it, just game by game, and not to look too much into the future.
Well, we wish you all the very best with all the fixtures coming up, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Well done with the win.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.